Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I've been reading some articles stating that the Ukrainian army stopped the Russian invasion, and other articles were talking about the Russian army being ordered by Vladimir Putin to rest. And that reminded me of Dunkirk in the Second World War when Adolf Hitler ordered his troops to stop from pursuing the retreating, running British troops, French troops, and gave them enough time so they could be transported over the, I'm going to use the right term, English channel this time. I'm not going to say the French channel. I don't want to upset my English friends here. But nevertheless, and then I have here an article where they actually contradict that news, stating that the Russians were stopped. This article comes from Republic World from today. Today is the 8th, but over there is the 9th. So it's coming from July 9th. Actually, that's that dated here at 5:46 a.m. over there. And this is the title. Ukraine asks all citizens of Russia-occupied Kherson and Zaporizhzhia to evacuate. Ukraine Deputy Prime Minister Irina Vereshchuk on Friday urged all citizens in the Russia-occupied regions of Kherson and Zaporizhzhia to evacuate by all possible means. And I'm quoting, no matter how difficult it is, the territory that is currently under the control of the Ukrainian government still. In any case, staying in the territory of the Kherson or Zaporizhzhia regions is many times worse and many times more dangerous, she said, as quoted by Ukraine Pravda. So why did they tell all the citizens from Russia-occupied Kherson and Zaporizhzhia to evacuate? Will they counterattack? If they would counterattack, you wouldn't evacuate because you're going to be um, saved, by their army. Now, where would you say that? I looked a little bit over the maps, and interesting enough, Zaporozhia and Kherson are half. So the eastern part, let's say, of Zaporozhia, it's on the, I would say, eastern side of the Dnieper River. And then on the other side is called Verkhnaya Kortitsa, on the other side of the river, which is probably on the Ukrainian side. So, and the other one I looked at Kherson, and Kherson is actually on the western side of the river, on the left, if you look from the map. So Kherson, and on the east is no Kherson, it's something Oleski. And I don't know exactly what's going on here and why did they say to evacuate. The only reason she said, no matter how difficult it is in the territory that is currently under the control of the Ukrainian government, still, in any case, staying in the territory of Kherson or Zaporozhye regions is many times worse and many times more dangerous. So are they afraid that the Russians are going to eliminate the Ukrainian population? Is that what it is? Or I don't understand exactly what this warning is, but the title is Ukraine asks all citizens of Russia-occupied Kherson and Zaporizhzhia. What if all citizens are of Russian descent? Because the Russians are not going over there because they want to conquer Ukrainians. That's not the goal. Now you say, well, one thing is what they say, and the other thing is what is the reality. The Russians have no desire to get or incorporate in their territory, their country, or how you want to call it, foreigners that, on top of being their cousins, they hate them. Imagine if you get a population, try to absorb a population that will create problems. It will create problems. It's not a diversity that we're fed here. Look at every territory occupied by different groups. Look historically. Look nowadays. Look at Yugoslavia. Look at Czechoslovakia. There were tensions. There were always tensions, and tensions here too in the United States. They say, diversity is our strength and so on, but they can't bring you the logical argument or they just want to, words, I think, with not much backing, because nevertheless, why would the Russians want to have Ukrainians on their territory that hate you now, right? Now, they say all citizens should go to Ukraine side. To do what? To be refugees? Well, I remember, as I said in another video, I remember when in the Second World War, when the front was coming back from the east towards west, and the Soviet troops were advancing, and they were advancing in Romania, how they, all people used to say that, especially women, men were fighting on the front and war and so on, saying that they ran away from the Soviet army advancing because of the treatment they heard about, and they were very afraid, very scared. But I don't know if those Soviet armies from the Second World War are the same as the Russian armies from now. Now, of course, we can say, well, an occupying army is the same as another occupying army. But we know that if we use this argument and we just transfer it to, let's say, occupying forces of Iraq or in Afghanistan, we will not use the same logic, and that's why, therefore, we can't say it. So it must have been a certain time and a certain ideology that had those guys behave like that, unless we assign or ascribe certain kind of people, certain kind of traits, negative traits in this case, which would be the Soviets. And a lot of people say Soviets, meaning Russians, are bad, but Americans or British troops that invaded other countries do not qualify, do not follow under the same rule. You know how it goes. Nevertheless, we'll find out what's going on in Kherson over there, in Zaporizhzhia. I suspect that there would be some, maybe the Russians do not want to go further than that. Maybe that's where they stop. And then the Ukrainian says, you know what, just come over to Ukraine until things settle down. We'll find out. The problem is that a forced exchange of population, how do you call it, migration? We'll find out. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.